Hi dear friends, I know for the last 4-5 days there's a big discussion going on budget 2023 and rupees 7 lakh exemption. Definitely I'm not going to speak about whatever you have seen so far and a different view from my side on budget 2023. With you, Mathias, Arul, Kumar, a promoter of Total Tax Solutions, Bangalore. I'm practicing as auditor, advocate and legal consultant for the last 15 years in Bangalore, and I have filed any number of income tax returns of my clients covering different calculations, different adjustments so far. So our view on each year that budget when it comes, especially the auditors and chartered accountants view will be completely different. When this old regime and new regime story came, so we were all calculating what is that, what is this. Finally we arrived one conclusion: whoever got more deductions and exemptions will fall on the old regime, and people don't have any savings or exemptions, so better you go to new regime. Like that the story started. Dear friends, when you look at the additional exemptions and slab changing and additional rebate and all, when you look at it, is very clearly it says the government, central government wants everybody to follow on the new regime of tax system only, which means it is nothing but they wanted to simplify the tax department, or simplify the tax return process and all, so it will be useful for the assessees. And one more thing is they can easily remove the old regime and bring the new regime into practice. But what happens from the long period, there are a lot of the senior citizens, pensioners and people who wanted to save little tax, they have gone for a big commitment of taking LIC policies and medical insurance claim, paying house rent, like that. There are a lot of deductions people are into. Suddenly you cannot stop them. What happens if the government comes and stop all these deductions, go for a new regime? What will happen? Definitely they will go against the government. So the government is very smartly migrating all the assessees to the new system. So this is the correct conclusion, what I arrived after all the discussions and opinions received by all the experts. Dear friends, people, there are a lot of the discussion going on whether old regime is suitable or new regime is suitable. Definitely I say the central government has given a smart regime. I think I word it in that way, smart regime, which means this is something it attracts everybody, which means in the next 1 or 2 years you will not see anybody in the old regime system only, because as it is the 7 lakh. Dear friends, one more point I wanted to add to this calculation. When you look at the previous year, that is financial year 2021-22 and also the 22-23 financial, if you look at, so the under old regime scheme, along with the 5 lakh exemption, whatever the limit was there, along with the 5 lakh exemption, under section 80C, everybody was getting additionally 1.5 lakh savings exemption and the standard deduction of 50,000 rupees and medical insurance of 25, and if they have gone for housing loan interest, again they were getting 2 lakh additional benefits. So somewhere I read that up to 10 lakh rupees you don't require to pay tax. Definitely correct. See, in the old regime, people were not paid the taxes even up to the level of 9-10 lakh rupees of their income, but provided they should have all these deductions and exemptions. So here nothing special. See, most of the government sector employees are getting more than 10-12 lakh rupees. But one more point I wanted to add to this discussion. See, one side you are saying 7 lakh exemption, up to 7 lakh you don't require to pay tax. But what is this, the slab you are showing between 3 lakh to 6 lakh 5%, 6 lakh to 9 lakh 10%. What is that meant for? Then where is the 7 lakh exemption? If I am getting a 8 lakh rupees income, 7 lakh take it out, and between 7 lakh to 8 lakh only 1 lakh extra, that is falling under 10% bracket. So let's pay only 10,000 rupees to the department. The case is not like that. See what happens, only people who are getting up to 7 lakh only, they will get the 100% exemption. The moment your income crosses 7 lakh, your tax calculation start from 3 lakh onwards, because up to 3 lakh your exemption, you under the exemption. Between 3 lakh onwards your tax slab starts, tax calculation starts. What happens if your income is 8 lakh rupees? What happens? Between 3 lakh to 6 lakh, 5% you have to charge. That is, the difference amount is 3 lakh. On that 5% means 15,000 rupees. Again, between 6 lakhs to 8 lakh, it is coming under the, the tax slab of 10%. So which means 6 lakhs to 8 lakhs, 10% means about 20,000 rupees. So 20 plus 15 is 35,000. It is not exactly 10,000 what we told earlier. So the calculation is like that. Up to 7 lakh, those who have got an income will get 100% exemption. People who have got more than 7 lakh, your tax calculation starts from 3 lakh rupees. You will not get that exemption, which means the government wanted to give more benefit to the weaker section, which means people who are drawing less than 7 lakh rupees, they don't want to charge them, which means the majority of the people who are drawing 7 lakh, below 7 lakh income will not come into the tax bracket at all. But I have one more question here. See, today what is happening? Today the college fees of the children and school fee is going 1.5 lakh, 2 lakh like that. And for the provisions, prices have gone up. Every month we may have to spend 20-25,000 rupees. Yes. And our incurring expenditure is increased. Our payout is increased. Purchasing capacity is increased, and traveling is increased, going to movie is increased. People are spending left, right. See, definitely what happens there. Here one more point I wanted to add to this discussion. See, as we are closely watching the income tax department moves and the technicalities and the cases what we are getting, I can say things are becoming more transparent, and definitely I'll tell you, by increasing the exemption limit of 7 lakh in the new regime, the central government will not lose any money, because they will get more money only. I'll tell you how. See, for the last few years, the changes what is happening in income tax department, I'll tell you. See, as most of you people knows that all your high value transactions and data and the TDS details all recorded in Form 26 AS in income tax department, that I think you are all aware. So the 26 Form 26 AS was consist of wherever the TDS deductions were there. So it was reported in the income tax portal, and according to the income tax portal we were doing the calculations. But whereas for the last 4-5 years, I am seeing the updated versions of declarations, the portal details. See, there is something called TIS, Tax Information System, and then AIS, Annual Information System. The 2-3 additional reports, the department started tracking and giving it to the assessee to file your income tax based on that transaction. I'll tell you how it was working. See, earlier it was working only the salary. Whatever the employer was, the TDS deducted, it was showing, and then FD interest when he was getting wherever the TDS deducted, and it was showing, and if any property transfers were there, so that was declared in the Form 26AS, and the same thing was reported to the IT department. Whereas for the last 2-3 years, after these additional forms, I will tell you, even the rent received by an assessee, see, that is also reported in the income tax portal, and the cash deposits, cash withdrawals also reported in the portal. You have purchased the vehicle, that is also reported in the portal. And even if you are getting, many people who are kept the FDs in the cooperative banks, even that is also tracked by the income tax department. Especially even the savings bank interest also tracked by the income tax department, and asking you to put it in your income and pay additional tax to that. Like that, there are a lot of information, your business receipts, even the GST filings. Most of your transactions are recorded in the TIS and AAS and 26 AS form, which means the government knows all your details. Now the 22-23 is getting over now, the financial year getting over. You don't know what are the additional information the income tax department is already tracking it. Because I will tell you, for the last 1 year, for the last 1.5 year, you can see there is lot of UPI payments going on everywhere, which means don't be surprised when you are filing the next return. Next return means when you are filing a return by July 2023, the income tax department will give you, see, other than all these things, you have spent so much money on UPI payment. Spend means what? See, your spending should match with your income. See, you are buying clothes, Reliance, Amazon, Swiggy, your children are enjoying Google Pay, Phone Pay, everything is going on. You think that it is not recorded, everything will be recorded, and definitely I will tell you, either this year, next year, they will tell you, the department will tell you, this is what your total the expenditure spent on Google Pay, Phone Pay, and the next year it will be digital pay also, digital rupee also. You just imagine, see, today, the last year, 2021-22 financial year, the department increased the income tax exemption limit of 5 lakh rupees. Everybody started filing return that, because we have seen, practically we observed, everybody is filing income tax. My income is 5 lakh because there is no tax. Now today you tell me the 7 lakh is your limit. Next year they will come and say our limit is, our income is 7 lakh rupees. Whereas the department is not foolish or anything like that. What they will do, one side the exemption limit is increased for the new regime only, but they have tracked all your transactions, because today what is happening, your school fees, college fees itself is going to be 1.5 lakh, 2 lakh, 3 lakh, 4 lakh. If you have sent your children on a medical college, every year 10 lakhs, which means your income has to be 10 lakh. Okay, and maybe you would have paid from your savings, but everything has to be reconciled. And moreover, see, you are paying a lot of expenditure today, provisions, cinema, purchase of clothes, traveling, everything is based on your Aadhaar and PAN and your phone number. Everything is interlinked. So what I will tell you, at the end of the year or the next year, other than your income, your expenditure also will be reported in the portal. So what happens, your expenditure should not be more than your income 100%, but definitely you can pay your expenditure from your savings of the previous years, correct? But in case your funds are kept as it is, but expenditure is more, but your income is minimum, which means you have got stuck. See, there is something called unexplained expenditure in income tax. There is a provision. See, in case you cannot, if you don't know your source of income, or you got a income which is not having any track from where you got that money, especially people are using unaccounted money, black money, all those things. Definitely there is a provision in the income tax department under unexplained expenditure also can be treated as your income. So that definitely will come. See, definitely one has to reconcile what is your total expenditure, what is your income, and what was your opening balance of your assets, and what is the closing balance of your assets. Definitely I will do, as an auditor I will do that. I will reconcile and tell you, see, you got at 5 lakh rupees, you are declaring 5 lakh income or a 7 lakh income, but your spending is so much. How did you get that? And there is a lot of changes it is happening, the common tax portal or filing process, DigiLocker, lot of things happening to bring 100% transparency in the economical system. Definitely the central government will get more and more taxes in the coming years. Dear friends, one more point I wanted to add, because somewhere I wanted to educate the assessees how this department working and what is their the intention of introducing all these popular highlights in everywhere. See, there is something today in today's world. What is happening? I have got 2 children. What I will do for their expenditure? There is no pocket money now. The Google Pay, Phone Pay transaction only. What I will do? I will give them. Okay, I will open the bank account. I transferred some amount. Let's say every month 5,000, 10,000. 2 daughters in a year. Okay, they purchased Swiggy, Zomato, Amazon, everything. That what and all they are spending. Okay, see what happens there. Even their unexplained expenditure, when we reconcile with a parent's income and the expenditure of the family, if it is not reconciling, which means it is nothing but unexplained expenditure, again it will be added to the income of the parent. Definitely this is going to happen, because all these provisions are already there in the income tax department, but somewhere, we didn't have a proper mechanism to track it and, charge the tax. See, what was happening, so a lot of the problems and the refund issues and cases were transferred to the income tax officers, but somewhere, they were not able to manage 100% readdressal of all these problems. So what happened, the department did from the recent 2-3 years, I saw the changes. They did faceless assessment system. So faceless means, yes, whatever explanation is there, you have to again submit through the scanned copies of all your proofs and send it to the particular officer. I am seeing that, there is a lacuna, there is a problem there, and there is not 100% result. I think the department may not be getting. So what is happening? They simplified the complete process of income tax. They are trying to do that, and the more transparency created and everything, the system will handle the cases. System will 100% handle all your problems. So what happens? See, the moment the department gives you, these are all your income and expenditure like that, definitely you cannot deny that is not your income, because everything is white and black. So, dear friends, budget 2023 is only a sample of 7 lakh rupees. Don't just go on a sweet dreams and all. There is a lot of things, because that is not something great, because already in the old regime, people were enjoying the benefit of up to 7, 8, 9 lakh rupees with all the exemption and deduction. This is not something great. It is a smart regime. Yes, definitely people are genuinely drawing up to 7 lakh rupees income. Definitely they will get an exemption, and they are really delighted with all these things. But cases who are today, the government salary itself is more than 10 lakh, most of the cases, and that software companies are definitely drawing more than 10, 12, 15, 16 lakhs, 30, 40 lakhs and all. Definitely they had to pay. And there's a slight variation will be there, a slight reduction in the tax rate slabs, that it may go a little changes. I don't think there's a big joy to any of the individuals. So this is a very technical view, because whatever I said, it's a practically observed for the last 15 years how this tax system is happening, and very closely interacted with the clients and interacted with the income tax department, and even the portal what we are using. So what are the merits, demerits, everything observing. Based on all those things, this conclusion is drawn. Definitely, dear friends, I'll come back with a more different view or special view on each and every the tax issues. Please wait for the next video. Thanks for watching. Once again, this is Mathias Arul Kumar from Total Tax Solutions, Bangalore. Thank you.